everyone. My name is Zia, and this is my first YouTube video after many years of lurking. I decided to start making videos because I am trans and I have gained so much from watching other people's videos from the trans community, and I decided it was time to give back. So yeah, I am a non-binary, transgender, femme person. So today I decided to talk about how I knew I was trans and just kind of talk about how I identify, since there aren't a ton of people on YouTube who seem to identify the same way as I do, but I'm betting that more of you are out there, and there are a couple, so that's awesome. So basically, I was designated female at birth, and I never hated the feminine parts of myself, but I just know I'm just not a woman. And it's very confusing, and it took me a long time to figure out what my gender is, because I didn't follow this traditional narrative of trans people. And it's all the people who do, that's awesome, and there are good reasons why this sort of born in the wrong body, like from the moment I was born, you know, I didn't feel comfortable in girls' clothes type of thing. There are good reasons why that story has been sort of popularized, but it's not what I identify with. It's not what a lot of people identify with, so it's good to have some more, I think it's good to have some more representation of people who are not that. It's, as I said, not following the dominant narrative of transness meant that I didn't really see anyone who seemed like, well, I've seen a lot of people who sort of look like I want to look, but I didn't think that I could be that because I'm designated female at birth. And this was sort of people whose bodies are masculine looking but are femme. And I was having so much of what I now know was dysphoria, and I called my friend up. I'm so lucky to have some amazing trans friends and cis ally friends in real life who supported me with this. And my friend said to me, "Oh, like, have you seen this person?" And it was just someone they knew who they used to be roommates with, and I was like, there is my gender, look at that. All it took was one person, and so I hope that if there's anyone else who's questioning their gender, just having more people around will be helpful for that. Yeah, so, and then I was the other thing that my friend says was, you know, you could do something about this, like you could, you know, like your feelings are valid basically. And I thought I was just kind of really obsessed with like this certain aesthetic, or I was just like attracted to it or something, but I realized no, like I'm non-binary, like I'm right in between man and woman. So that was sort of how I realized it more recently, but thinking back, at least since I've known that I was queer, which I came out as queer when I was about a junior in high school, so several years ago now, and I was already thinking about sort of androgyny at that point, although I didn't, like I said, I didn't know how to talk about it, and I didn't have words for it, so I identified as a queer femme for many years, and it sort of identified a lot with lesbian culture and all of that, even though I am pansexual. and I identify as queer and pansexual, and so already had sort of an ambiguous relationship with the quote-unquote lesbian community. So yeah, that's how I knew I was trans. So in terms of what I have been doing to transition and what I want to do to transition, another purpose of this channel will definitely be to document my transition, like so many other YouTubers before me. So far to transition, I have begun using they, them pronouns for my friends and in school, and I came out to my parents about being non-binary, but they don't really understand it at all. So another topic for future videos probably. And in terms of what I want to do in the future, I want to take testosterone. I don't know about any other types of physical transition yet, but definitely I want to take testosterone. So I'm in this interesting position of being trans-masculine in one way, and then trans and femme in another way. It's like I'm going further to both sides, and I feel like once my body is more non-binary or more masculine, I will feel more comfortable being feminine, because I do have dysphoria in terms of being perceived as cisgender. I really hate being perceived as a cisgender woman, and it's really, really uncomfortable to me. And so even though there are ways that I would like to present that are femme or feminine, I don't do them at this point because I don't want to be perceived as a cisgender woman, or sometimes I do, but it just is really uncomfortable. So I mostly feel comfortable doing it around friends who already know that I'm trans and don't see me as a cis woman. So another thing that I've done in my transition so far was I got a binder, which I'm not sure if you can see. I'll show you a little bit here. I love it so much. It's from Rebirth Garments, which does custom binders and other types of clothing for trans people, as well as clothing for people with different types of disabilities. And they're really colorful and totally custom, and you can choose the colors, and it's so amazing. And I just felt so affirmed to have a binder that I also felt like was femme. It just, yeah, I felt so affirmed when I got it, so definitely recommend them. I'll put a link to them in the description. So yeah, that's another thing I've done so far to transition. So in terms of other things that I'll probably talk about on this channel, I might talk about makeup. Yeah, I never really learned how to do makeup in the sort of typical middle school girl proper way, and so I've kind of made it up myself, and it's a big way that I present my gender. Yeah, if you ever tell me that I'm too colorful, or that I'm wearing too many colors or too much glitter or too much makeup, I'll just laugh at you, because I'm just not even at the level that I could be. So in terms of my makeup today, the under eye wing was inspired by Strawberry Switchblade, who are an amazing band from Scotland in the 80s, and they are, their aesthetic was mostly polka dots, but they also did this amazing under eye thing, so they're my inspo of the day for makeup. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is my first YouTube video where I'm talking to myself, so I hope that it wasn't too awkward. I just want to be a voice for non-binary people. You know, we're real. Non-binary people are real. In case you didn't know, we're real, and we're beautiful, and if you're non-binary, you're awesome, and I just want to say that to you. If you're struggling, like, send me a message, and I'd love to talk. And I hope that I'll find some people to talk to as I go through my transition on here, which hopefully will soon include tea and being more femme with my appearance again, and just all of that. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.